Radiologist versus the surgeon. Who to trust? I was thinking about this recently because my friend made a comment. I was reading some stuff online on whether or not you could actually diagnose tendon injury on your finger with an MRI. It seemed to say it's quite difficult. My friend who's a surgeon said, well, it may be difficult for radiologists, but as a surgeon, when you look at this stuff all day long, because you're a hand surgeon, you should be pretty good at it. And that makes sense to me, right? We were taught that, I think a second or third year general surgeon reads CTs of the abdomens better than radiologists. And I feel like it depends on what your goal is. Because if you're a radiologist, you're supposed to actually look at everything. A surgeon, you're looking at one specific thing, appendicitis. I guess I should clarify it. They don't read CTs better. They read what they want to read or look at. They could diagnose appendicitis better than a radiologist. Because this is what they do all day long. They have feedback, right? Radiologists often don't get feedback. They may train and get this right or wrong, but, do they know if they're wrong? Usually none of us notifies them, right? So they don't get feedback. They can't continuously improve. But a surgeon, operated on this guy, he didn't actually have appendicitis, but I thought I saw it on the CT scan. Let me figure out what went wrong. Let's look at it again, right? I think the thing is, when you think about it, there are different sort of roles in a sense. The radiologist is a backup, I would say. He's not primary. He's a backup. Did you notice that there's an incidental finding of this that may be important? Something in adrenal gland? Oh no, because I wasn't looking at that. Their job is to be thorough, to look through everything. But are they the best at pointing out specific things? I would say not necessarily compared to surgeons. Because surgeons actually do stuff. Radiologists just look at stuff. I think that's one thing I've been thinking about recently that I have to sort of wrap my head around. And that's, I don't know if there's somebody who's best at everything. Because a radiologist is the best at reading images. But in certain areas, compared to surgeon, they're not as good. But that's sort of logical. How could there be somebody who's the best at everything? It doesn't make any sense, right? I don't know, there is somebody who's best at everything. So you gotta know what somebody's good at. And then you can use them in that certain way, right? I mean, we all know why you're gonna call ENT for abdominal issue. Doesn't make any sense. Yes, they did some general surgery in their training, but they're not good with the belly, right? They do head and neck all the time. And the same with your radiologist. Even though this may be a neuroradiologist, they're really good at reading films about the brain, probably want to know what the neurosurgeon says. They may have a little different view, right? Because they're sort of more simplistic or more focused, if you will. Serious enough to operate on, or not serious enough to operate on? Who really cares what the radiologist said? The neurosurgeon's not going to operate on you just because the radiologist said, hey, consult neurosurgery. Doesn't mean much. As in, yes, I'll consult them, but doesn't mean they're going to do surgery. Doesn't mean when the rest says do consult poem, that doesn't mean anything, right? They may say, hey, they want to get someone else involved. They know more about this than me. I think that's really what they're saying. Not that they could tell the surgeon this is surgical or not.